In today's video, we're going to look at Bitcoin, the housing market, the bond market, and the stock market. We're going to have a look at how my predictions last week played out, and we're going to look at what's coming in the future. Spoiler, it is one hell of a gaping. What's the crack, everyone? Welcome back, Buy Wholesale. Hope, of course, you're all well, all of that. Get the promos out of the way. Guys, there's a winter trading course available for £99 with lifetime access to the Discord. A lot of new members joining my Discord over the past couple of weeks, taking advantage of the trading course, £99. Learning a lot, gaining a lot. Great guys in the Discord now. We're learning a lot more. We've just been sitting back a lot this week, observing. Last week's video predicted pretty much hit the nail on the head, bar maybe the job data. The job data was kind of on the fence. I didn't know what way it was going to go. I did say we should have a green week across the board. Dow, S&P, NASDAQ, all up over the week. Tick. I also said that inflationary will start to ease off. That's what the Fed have announced. December, they should ease off, and that's going to spark the bit of the rally, hence why I said there would be a rally. That's also played out. The spanner in the works, if you want to call it, that was the job data. Job data was better than expected. What that means is the Fed could then look at it and go, well, the economy looks strong, growth looks strong, the job labour market is strong, we can continue to increase rates, which was ultimately bringing their goal of inflation back down to a more reasonable sort of 2%. Whether that plays a factor in, personally speaking, I still don't think that'll be the case. I think it's just the job data. It's a Friday. It's just came out, skew whiff. I think we'll go back onto the right tracks potentially come next week, but there is stuff in the charts that would say different, which we'll get into. First off, let's have a look at the stocks that we talked about in last week's video, the likes of the banking stocks. MasterCard continued to rally, pushed on hard. Visa continued to push on hard. JP Morgan and Chase kind of pushed on a bit, went a bit flat. Barclays continued to kind of push on as well. Goldman Sachs starting to look like a bit sell. Kind of the synopsis that we talked about last week. Will it be able to push on? Some have, some haven't. Bit of a mixed bag there. Still keeping my eye on the banking sector. So let's have a look at Bitcoin. The history here is very simple. When we fell below the 200-day moving average on the day chart, which was back in December, I actually cannot believe it's nearly been a year of this bear market. Bought then, and I haven't bought any of my hodl positions since then. I actually did a further sort of trim of about another 20% of my hodl position back in November at 20,500. All in the Discord, told everyone I was selling because I anticipated lower, and we have seen lows of nearly 14.5, so that's proven to be good. I still foresee a drop of Bitcoin below 10k, but it mightn't play out. It might play out either way. I don't want to play it too tight. I'm happy enough buying at this level. Like I said, selling around 50 grand, buying back in at 15. Whatever way you want to look at it, that's a pat in the back kind of moment. So I'm happy enough to get the money in. I believe 2024, at some stage, this will be floating around 100 grand again. That's, to me, best case scenario, you're 10 times your money, but sort of 7 to 10 times your money in the next few years. I'd take that, just like I took oil in 2019 when it was really down in the lows. Couldn't get any cheaper, actually went negative. I was buying, just using the old brain to understand that what goes down will go back up eventually. You can see here though, this is where you want to be accumulating. Any of these areas here is generally where you want to be accumulating. These are low prices. This is when it's really oversold. You always get a bounce. This is where we are. We got a bit of a bounce. Will it push on up to these levels? I could easily see this push up to 20 grand, but I think I'll get rejected and go back down. Watching that closely. I'm going to do a proper Bitcoin video with the rationale and the thought process in the coming days, so subscribe to the channel if you're interested in that. TLT, another stock that we're in, another stock that I've just been buying religiously. Got in way too early on TLT. I'll hold my hands up on that, but however, I didn't lose my conviction. I'm 5 times leveraged on this, and as you can see, I'm actually up about 43%, not quite as good as that would be, make you seem 50%, but great trade. Anticipating it still push on at least to the 200-day moving average. We are starting to become overbought, so I'm treading carefully. Stop losses are set. It's all profit from here, baby. Loving the TLT dream. Before we look at the housing stuff and the S&P, I want to actually look at a recap of last week. So as I said, it was a good week. As I said last Sunday, it would be. The Dow was only up 0.2, but the S&P over 1%, NASDAQ over 2%. That to me is a good week in a bear market, guys. You have to appreciate that. When I say a Santa rally, I'm looking at a Santa rally going, if by December the SPY is up 4 or 5%, that's a rally to me. I think people are maybe expecting 20-30%. Absolutely not. This market's going down. It's going to probably be one of the worst crashes of all time. If not, at least it's going to be based on the average crash. We're not at that level yet. This will just be a bear rally at best. So when I'm saying a rally, I'm looking at that going, right, there's 5, 6, 7% here to be made. Look at our update on our graphs. Commodities prices, oil's coming down quite a lot. Let's see what the charts tell us on the day chart. It has become a buy. We're almost there. Wouldn't be quite buying it yet. but we're almost there. MACD starting to cross over, starting to go up. RSI is quite flat. That'll be interesting to see. Volume's low, not much volume coming in, but there is people accumulating at these prices, no doubt. Keep an eye on the oil. That could be the bottom, nearly there. Have a look at it. Here's the advanced calendar for earnings period. Again, people in the Discord, as always, will send in the chart giving you all this detail, but anyone who wants to watch the video, feel free to pause and have a look there. Key things here is producer inflation update. Producer prices are expected to rise in 0.2%. Same pace growing by 2 months ago. On annual basis, prices likely decelerated 7.2% annual growth, down significantly from 8% in October. PPI data is coming out. In simple, PPI data, if it's lower, would give an indication that perhaps it's all starting to ease. It's starting to get a bit slower. So I would be on the side of expecting that to potentially come in. Again, either way, it'll be a negative thing if it doesn't. You know, it's just whatever happens. If it goes down, happy days. If it goes up, it'll be a negative thing. Which kindly brings me on to the housing market. This is the monthly supply of houses in the United States. People are starting to take all their houses off the board. As you can see here, we have risen up to the overbought territory, which means that the housing supply is peaked out. And we've been talking about it, covering on the channel for a while. It's starting to pull back. This is an indication that this is happening. You can see the MACD is starting to cross over. Once that crosses over and we really fall below these areas, that to me is a signal that this is going to go to Gabe Town.
I've got nothing left. I've got nothing left.
The last time we were at these types of levels, you can see we were almost there in 2018, but the real last time that we crossed over was here, 2008. And I think we all know what happened in 2008. It all went kind of gapey. That's what's happened. That looks to be playing out. When that happens, what's that mean? One hell of a gaping. So watch for that. The MACD has not crossed over yet. That's what I'm watching for. Keep an eye on this. That would tie into my theory that sort of maybe the next 6 months we'll see the big crash. Price of the dollar down 7.62%. You can see what happens when it goes down. What happens in the same period? Stocks go up. It's as simple. Can't make it any more clear than that. This is the SPX, which is the 500 S&P 500. We can see here we had this falling wedge and we've risen out of it. That's good. Now we're at this level. I said it last week. I'm still saying it because it hasn't really changed, because we kind of dipped initially and then we went back up. So we're kind of just testing this level. It's all to play for. Will it get rejected and go down, or will it push on? I just fancy fundamentally things to come out that will push this on naturally, but that is more of a gut feeling than what the charts are telling me. And that's why I started off the video by saying what I think could happen, it might be different from what is actually happening. And it's a weird place to be in. It's like a 4D game of chess I've got going on at the minute. So I've got my short positions, long shorts, for anticipation of what's going to happen in the next 6 months. But then I've got long positions, and then I've got all my cash. So pretty much I was sitting at about 60% cash. Stuff came out on Thursday as expected. I waited for that confirmation as a fundamental thing. We've seen a bit of a rally come. I bought some long positions on anticipation that everything I'm talked about there is going to play out. If it doesn't, so be it. They're good stocks, i.e. Tesla. I'll just hold there and let it fall. That's what happens. I'll catch it on the rebound down the road in whatever time. If we go bullish, we break out of this here and we really rally on, then I'm going to pump in more money for the ride up, and then I will be selling. We did this measured move. Wouldn't be surprised if that played out. And then we pulled it back down. I'm prepared for every event. I think you should be prepared too for every event. But in the bigger, wide scheme of things, this market, in my opinion, is going to take a hell of a beating. So just be careful. But we try and swing trade up and down. And that is why I swing trade, because see, trying to play all this fundamentally and what the Fed are doing and just the market manipulation, you're setting yourself up for failure. Learn the charts, stick to the charts, you'll be fine. That is as simple as I can put it. I hope you have found that video informative. Do not worry too much about everything. It's all going to be okay, because you can always trade. The housing market is going to crash. It is going to be as bad as 2008. But guess what? At the bottom end, you buy everything, as many rental properties as you can. You become financially free. There's a great opportunity coming up. There is a bigger positive here. Whatever happens in the short term, just remember that. Don't let anybody put you off this investment game. Any choices you have made that maybe have proven to be bad, do not beat yourself up. Most things are down. Most things, apart from good old WWE wrestling, I have a very, very tiny, small position in the WWE. It's up over 60% on the year, which is just unbelievable, guys. I've just a long hole, a few shares in it just because I'm a wrestling fan. But yeah, that has done well. So there's always winners, there's always losers. You have to find them, you have to trade them. That is the video. Please like, subscribe, help me grow the channel. And of course, take advantage of the discount codes down below for the trading course, lifetime pass to the Discord. If you're looking for something else to watch, I would check out this video. This is where I believe the market bottom's going to come. I did this video like 7 months ago, still waiting for it to play out. That's the thing. The charts take time, momentum takes time, but everything in this video I still believe will play out. Only time will tell if that is correct,
Yeah.
but worth checking to see.
So
Are
they
you
have a
prepared?
chance out of
Catch us
being
next one.
knocked.
Peace.